Well, it's just like Shane said, though. Like, when the adrenaline starts pumping, like, even if you move your hand just to the left or the right or whatever for just a little bit, you can miss your shot.
And especially with a pistol, with the adrenaline.
Right. But that's what you're doing when your adrenaline's kicking in, your hand's shaking.
Sometimes when you lay down and then you close your eyes, you fall asleep.
Wow. Brilliant, dude.
Ooh.
Like, I guess he came home really wasted one night, and he thought his wife had his phone. And he was freaking out, fucking, like, pushed her and shit, and, like, cops came, house is all fucking destroyed.
Talk about being attached to your fucking phone, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
He's like, you can't find out I'm cheating on you?
That's why you get a burner for that kind of activity.
Oh, great. This is the Tim we're going to get. What?
Huh? Guys?
Hey, guys.
I heard some weird stuff the other day.
Guys, you're talking too fast.
Paint dries.
It does?
Yes, it does.
All right. Fuck yeah. Smooth.
I was about to spit that out.
Smooth.
Fuck yeah. That's the
Smooth
greatest.
jazz.
Dude, this morning
jazz.
this morning was kind of funny. So I walk out my house to get ready to go to work.
That's fucking hilarious.
And
dude.
I noticed
man.
I noticed off to the right like something moving, and I'm like, look at it. I'm like,
So I started blasting.
it's a little white animal, and I'm like, okay, is that a cat or what the fuck is it? But it's kind of obscured by the grass that it's in.
Sounds like a possum to me.
Well, it peeks its head out, and it's a possum, and I go, hey, what's up, bud? And it kind of just looks at me, and it takes the same amount of time I took to figure out what it was before it figured out what I was. And then it looks at me, it's like, fuck, and freaks out and runs right into my Hummer's tire and falls over like as fast as it could. And like it never hissed or anything. And then just ran under the Hummer, and I didn't know where it went after that. Hopefully not into the street, because I don't.
Yeah.
What's the point of killing a possum? What do they eat? Insects? Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Plus, you can actually only kill them with cars.
I think that's really pretty much it. Like, that's the only way they die.
They're hideous, dude. They're fucking ugly as shit.
Yeah, so what?
Yeah, but
so
they're
are you,
not-
Tim. We don't crush you with a rock.
They don't really
I'm
bother
slowly
anybody,
getting crushed
though.
every day, actually.
Yeah, but that's from your weight.
Yeah. The weight of the world.
Those are your bones being crushed by your enormous mass.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Is that what we're calling it now? The way of the world?
Yes. Tim actually has his own satellites going around him.
Sometimes it feels like that.
Dude, I love exaggerating shit. Like, if this was the 1950s, you'd be fat, right?
I'm fat today.
No, I know, but you're not. If you compare it body mass index for the United States, you're not. If this was 1955, you'd be fat. You'd be the fat guy in the neighborhood. That would be you, right? But now you're like, I'm one of 60 in the neighborhood.
Oh, well, yeah, in America. In the States, yeah.
Yeah, but so what I'm saying, you're actually skinny, bud.
Hey, was that a compliment?
You feel good about yourself?
No, I'm trying to fix that shit, dude.
Yeah. I've decided that I'm
It's
going
next in
to
line.
2 meals a day, and that's it. And then
That's not bad.
I think I'll have my splurge day just be podcast night, because I still want to get my Taco Bell on the way home.
Mine's all about exercise. I got to get that.
Yeah, I got to
thrown
get back
the
in the
mix.
gym, too, because
That's
I've
what I
been...
need to do.
Dude, I weighed myself. I now weigh 230. I've never weighed that
shit,
much in my
dude. We're
life.
almost,
shit.
we're
I weigh
almost the same weight,
230
buddy.
pounds.
Kevin,
He weighs the same as me.
Wait.
No fucking way, dude.
Tim, this is fucked up, because when we started the podcast, I was heavier than him.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
At 210 or 205?
I don't know exactly.
I think it might have been 210 or 205.
Yeah,
Jesus, Kevin.
Because I remember when I told you guys I had broken 200 for the first time in my life.
Yeah, that was a while
It was
ago.
a while back ago.
But when we first started the podcast, I think you were like 190
Yeah,
something.
We didn't do
which
a
is about
weigh-in,
my
so I
average
didn't-
weight.
No, I
180,
talked to him
190.
because we were talking outside about, I forget what it was, like how size and weight is very deceptive when you look at
Yeah.
somebody.
Oh,
Because when people look at me, they don't expect me to be 210.
okay. Why?
Well,
Why?
it has
Because I just, they don't,
Well, you're stout.
but they don't, nobody expects it.
Yeah.
They think like 170,
Oh, no.
180. That's what people think.
I never thought that.
Well, yeah.
I know you're around 200 just because you're stout. Muscle weighs more than fat anyway.
I know, but people are stupid, Tim. They just go, you're filled with helium.
silicone.
People are fucking dumb, dude.
What do you weigh, $110? Soaking wet?
Yeah, see? I thought you were going into that.
Fire it up, bud. Let's fucking do this shit.
We got all night.
Well, yeah. Actually, I got all my chores done, so
Yeah.
yeah, we do have all night.
We got all night, man.
I had to
It's
go-
the Skids Podcast. Tim was trying to step on it.
No,
Tim
those guys
Gage
just-
is here.
it's fun.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Shane Kopke.
I'm Shane Kopke.
the host with the most.
And it's Kevin McNichols.
Aye.
He's the extra wheel.
I am. And boy, isn't it great being in the back of the bus.
He's the try to our tripod.
Kevin's in the back of the bus, yes. He's our Rosa Parks.
Sure. Why not? I got streets named after me.
It means you have a black vagina, Kevin.
Hey, everybody is the same color on the inside.
I guess that's true.
All right.
We can't debate that. He just solved half the world's problems
Yes,
right
I
fucking there.
did.
Dude.
Brilliance.
This just in, Palestine and Israel are now hugging it out.
The war has ended. You saw what they looked like exploded. He's like, they look the same. It's just like the end of, what was it, Armageddon or something like that? Or where everyone's covered in ash? We all look the
There's
same.
the leader of Hamas walking down a Palestinian street, and he's like, oh, man, these bodies it's so messed up. Steps right over the street into the Israel side, and he's like, oh, fuck. We've made a mistake.
They feel pain after all.
We've made a mistake, guys.
Which ones are ours and which ones are theirs?
I was wrong.
Yeah, a little bit.
So there's definitely a few things we were going to get to tonight. So.
Yeah, I didn't get a list.
Yeah, there's a
Looks like you got
lot
list
of
there.
shit going
You got a
on.
list.
So I do have one thing that I'm going to start with. There's this guy named Vince Ricci. I think it's Ricci. I don't know if you guys have seen the video, but if you could look up Vince Ricci real quick. This one I should have sent you. This isn't the one I'm talking about for later. But this guy, there was a viral video of him going around. Two guys jumped his fence to come in to attack him and break into his house.
Poor K. Why would they
Right?
do that?
Because that's what happens in California.
Oh, so this was in California.
Yeah. So
All right.
these two guys jump in. They both have pistols.
Holy shit.
One of them
Like
comes
a
up.
truckload or something like
No,
Philanthropist
he's just trying to
who
fucking
shot
be
at
robbed. It's a rich house.
armed would-be
So
intruders?
anyway, when the first guy comes up, he like throws his coffee at him and pulls his gun out and then starts firing at them as they're escaping. Right?
that? Oh, that's
Did
illegal.
nothing wrong.
No,
right?
That's illegal.
It's not illegal.
He's going to jail.
Saving yourself is
They
not
were
illegal.
running. He shot him in the back?
No, they were firing back
Okay.
at him. So he can still, like I said, what he did, 100% legal. Even the cops said so. Whatever, right? He had a
In California.
Yes, this 100%. He was
Yeah,
fine.
That
He
is
was
a
fine.
story right there.
The problem was though, instead of being like, "Good job, you saved your family," his wife and his kid were in the house. His like 2-month-old or 3-month-old, something like that. And had they broken in, who knows what the fuck would have happened to him, his wife, and his kid.
Okay.
Right. So I think what he did is good. Do you
Don't
want to
know if this might be it?
see
Let's
if
try.
no? That's not gonna. It
No,
just
I
says
remember
it says
seeing something
homeowner
like
discusses
that.
Yeah, but it
shootout.
might show the actual.
No, we could do that.
I
That's
remember
fine.
seeing something like that. That's right. I
So-
remember that.
Let's just give it a shot. If it's not the one, we'll find another one.
Yeah, I mean we could do that.
Christine, until tonight,
let the
Vince
news
Ricci
talk about
has
it.
remained anonymous. but
Remind.
since his
So
case was
Tim, if you could
cold,
see this is
tells me
what happens,
It
right?
is showing the video there.
I can't see shit.
Yeah, I know.
That's a little
So-
bit better.
They're not gonna show it. Well, okay,
Wait,
they are.
oh, they are.
So he's with his coffee.
Oh,
Pulls
yeah.
pulls it out. I know you've seen this.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I have not.
He fucking dumps on him, dude.
Yeah.
I came here for a better life, and I never would have thought that this ever was going to happen. in
Guy
my
pulls a
years.
gun. Luckily, the guy got real close
Yeah.
because he was able to knock the gun away a little bit. Toss his fucking coffee.
Yeah.
Capturing the shootout that followed. Ricci firing several rounds from his concealed carry weapon. Both suspects firing back.
First thing I thought, I feared for
Like
my
I
family,
said.
and I feared for my daughter.
Ricci,
Daughter.
his wife, and 5-month-old
Well,
baby
clearly
who
he's
were
not
home
from
at the
there.
time were not physically hurt.
Yeah, he had a gun.
Tells Fox 11. So far,
In
no
California.
arrests and no updates on the investigation. Meanwhile, Ricci says his
Damn.
LA neighborhood is being
Oh yeah, you see that bullet hit the wall
Yeah.
back there?
Oh yeah. No, he was using airsoft, Kevin.
I know.
That's paintballs.
Of course he was using paintballs.
What's worse,
He had a
Ricci
rubber
says
band
he
gun.
has been targeted before.
He's like, I got a Tommy gun for you, bitch.
Every piece
I
of
might
Tally
Tommy gun,
ho.
don't.
I actually had one of those. I bought it at the fair. Tommy gun, fucking rubber band gun.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a real one, dude. That's my
No.
dream gun right
I
there.
would love to get a Thompson.
Fuck yes.
They're not getting the support that they need.
Vince, you are
So, yeah, I mean,
in the flesh. If Ricci looks familiar, it may be because he's the same guy, even wearing the same New York Yankees hat, who joined us at 6 o'clock last December to promote his annual toy drive in LA's Boyle Heights.
He does a
Ricci
toy
is the founder
drive.
of Trina's Kids, a nonprofit named.
Okay, we don't have to watch the rest
Oh
of that.
boy, this guy's a
But-
fucking saint.
So,
He's
so
a
like
saint
I said,
with
so like I
a
said,
concealed
good,
pistol.
Good dude, has a concealed carry permit, saves his family.
Yep.
You know, I mean, you got to expect the worst in those situations.
Well-
You can't be like, oh no, they were just going to come in and rob you a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
and-
you don't know what the
and-
fuck anyone's
Yeah,
going to
so
do.
you just think about what could have possibly happened had he
Yes.
not had that gun.
So here's the problem. The county that he's in, Los Angeles County, I believe isn't that L.A. County?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so L.A. County, they end up fucking suspending his concealed carry permit.
Why?
Why?
I don't know. They didn't charge him for anything. They said that he did what was right, essentially. They suspended it, and then after that, they revoked it.
What?
With no explanation whatsoever.
Well, one of the explanations they gave him was that he was mean to police.
I remember hearing about that. Yeah,
That
'cause
was
he got
one
mouthy
of,
with the cops.
because he
or
got
something.
mouthy with one of the officers, so they suspect, which is
Maybe
fucking
because
crazy.
he just survived a fucking shootout.
Yeah. So they ended up suspending it, and here's the problem with that. What happens if they? I mean, obviously, those other guys could just find out from the news, like, oh, they're unarmed now.
Yeah. Oh, now we can hit him again.
Yeah.
And then
Let's
this time,
let's get this guy back because he shot at us.
Yeah, how dare he?
Yeah, how dare he protect
But
himself?
it's not just them. It
And that's how
opens him up-
retaliation works.
But it opens them up to anybody else that watched the news and decides, hey, easy target.
Yeah, well, Kevin, though, if they're like, oh, we'll just find the one house that's got bullet holes near it.
Yeah.
So it's
Look
hard
for that wall.
It's going to be hard to narrow his house
that
down.
guy's
down there.
got that toy drive thing. I'm
Well,
sure
yeah,
you
and
can
that's
find
it.
this information
And
through that.
easy. I mean,
Sure.
it's easy to find people's information. It's not a complicated
These days,
thing.
it's easier than
He's a
ever.
little bit more famous now because
So-
of this newscast.
So what do you think about that? I mean, either of you guys, what do you
Oh,
guys
it's
think?
horseshit,
It's
of
fucking
course.
nonsense,
I mean,
in my opinion.
yeah, it's total nonsense that they revoked his license. That's bullshit. I don't understand what their reasoning could possibly be for that.
He was
other than,
mean to
I know,
the cops.
but how does that translate?
It says
to
in the
revoking
Constitution,
your
if you're
fucking-
mean to the cops, they can do anything they want.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize we lived in the UK.
You also got to remember, it's California. Gavin Newsom's crazy.
Yes.
And so
Yeah, they'll find any
shit
excuse
rolls
they can.
downhill.
Yeah,
So basically, he does live in the UK.
yeah. Well, I mean, the thing
It's
is,
California.
Like, California
They're-
wants
yeah, it's terrible
wants people
there.
to not have guns.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point they said that you had to have a good reason to have a gun, which meant that they could essentially just say no to anything.
Well, I'd say getting robbed at your front door is a pretty good reason
not
to
a
have a
good
gun.
reason.
Apparently
No,
not.
not
They
good
took
enough.
it.
Fucking
Yeah,
apparently
not
not.
good enough.
Yeah.
So I mean that to me is just it's absolute
blatant disregard
asinine.
for human life.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what that was.
You know,
What
now
a
I could
shame.
understand
It's
if
like-
he got his wife had her purse snatched in a crowded fucking area and then he started shooting at them. I'd be like,
Yeah.
that's wrong. But he did this at his house. He shot into a backstop that was made of fucking
Stone?
I would say
Concrete? Yeah.
probably.
And here they got two guys dumping at him, and he's
Dumping
in
at
a narrow
him.
hallway. And didn't get hit.
Narrow hallway. Also, his family's inside the house. Now, luckily, their house has probably got the stonework
Those
on the
kids
outside
can't shoot
too.
for shit, man.
You'd be surprised.
Running and
Uh,
just pulling triggers. That's all they do.
Well,
How about okay, fine. Let's find one where there's a lot of bullets fired and nobody hits anybody.
Well,
Look up Cheyne Kehoe. I think he spells
God, you're
it.
going to give me all these videos to put in here, aren't you?
I know. Sorry, this one's spur of the moment. Cheyne Kehoe and his brother get in a shootout with I don't remember if it's Idaho police or
How do you spell Kehoe?
oh
wait, there it is. I think this is the one. Kehoe.
Cheyne Kehoe shootout. Look up shootout. Because it's him and his brother. Nobody hits anybody. They're literally like 7 feet away from each
oh,
other.
wow.
I think that's it right there.
This
Kehoe
one?
brothers shootout. Yep. Chevie and Cheyne Kehoe. Yeah, he spells it Cheyenne almost.
Yeah.
But it's Shane.
Oh.
And it's fucking wild.
You
So
go
it's
full
just
screen on that for me.
1:30 when the officer pulled over
It just goes to show you that-
Pulled over. State plates for a traffic violation. Neither man in the
When you
vehicle
start
could
shooting and
ID.
adrenaline goes,
The officer asked the
everything
driver
goes out the
to
window.
step out of the
Right.
car.
There you go.
The man
Oh,
told
oh,
the officer
don't do
to
that,
borrow
dude.
the truck from a friend. He then refused to a pat-down search. Listen as the officer attempts to search the man for weapons.
I think these guys are both dead now.
Club, stuff like that on here, sir? I don't want you going and searching through all my stuff. I'm not searching through your stuff, sir. I'm going to put you in my car.
That's just fine, but I
Now, do you have any guns?
Oh,
knives,
Wilmington,
clubs,
Ohio.
Stuff like that on you?
That's where this happened.
1997.
Yeah, I remember first seeing this. It was fucking wild.
He did want problems. A few more minutes
And the whole
went
time
by,
I'm like,
then
how
the
did
man
nobody
ran
hit
back
anybody?
to his car in an attempt to get away. The passenger then opened fire on the police.
Whoa!
God damn.
Pretty close range too.
Yeah, super close range. Nobody gets hit.
As the passenger ran into the woods,
He's like, fuck this. I'm
Well,
taking off.
they'd already been on the run.
Yeah.
was injured in this exchange. A few minutes later,
Yeah,
the
nobody
driver
got injured
pulled
in that
into a
exchange.
parking lot, and when a Wilmington officer approached him, the gunfight continued. More
Jeez.
than 30 rounds were fired here, one bullet striking a passerby in the shoulder.
Jesus.
Nationwide
Yeah, the only person that gets hit is
Oh
not
my
involved in
fucking
it
God,
at all.
a passerby got it. Good job, officer. Way to protect and serve.
That somebody out there may be able to help us identify them.
Police
That was a
believe
very
the two are both
masculine-looking
Spokane
woman
law
or a very
enforcement.
feminine man.
What they
Well,
were
it is
doing
Wilmington,
was
Ohio.
surrounding Ohio.
But yeah, I think they were white
Is that the
nationalists.
KKK?
Yeah.
Right? Holy shit.
No, I think
That's
the
escalated.
I think the Kehoe. I know you didn't expect that. But I'm pretty sure the Kehoe brothers were white nationalists.
Oh my goodness.
But it was. I mean, just. But this shows you that close range, you can still not hit
You
anything.
can. Yeah.
Apparently, I mean, we just saw 2 videos demonstrating as such.
Well, and
but
it's
then
like,
you could be at a shooting range and shoot yourself in the fucking leg.
but the thing
Dude,
is though,
I
it's
saw a guy
just
shoot himself in the hand.
well, it's just like Shane said though. Like when the adrenaline starts pumping, like even if you move your hand just to the left or the right or whatever for just a little bit, you can miss your
And
shot.
especially with a pistol.
No shit,
With the
Kevin.
adrenaline.
Right. But that's what you're doing when your
Tim-
adrenaline's kicking in,
Tim,
your
some-
hand's shaking.
Sometimes when you lay down and then you close your eyes, you fall asleep.
Wow. Fucking brilliant, dude.
But the thing is, it's one of the reasons why people that go out and practice shooting all the time, they don't just stand and shoot.
Yeah.
They'll run places. I mean, some guys will do a ton of push-ups before they go and shoot.
Yeah,
you
there's
know,
that Keanu Reeves thing where he does.
dude,
He does
he
the-
got good.
Trials.
Yeah.
Terran Tactical.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring that up
Keanu
too.
Reeves got.
He's fucking good at it.
So did Halle
Yeah.
Berry.
Yeah.
Halle Berry got good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, when you got the money and the time, why not?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
You know, I
also
would.
they're
I'm
training for those movies too.
I was gonna say, I'm sure the movie theater, or not theater, but the movie company.
That's what I'm saying.
They probably just said, yeah, no, just send him there.
You need about it. An
We want-
hour
Well,
a
that's
day.
what
I was
they
gonna say,
did.
let 5 days a week go
They-
down there,
yeah.
get good at it.
And then I guess Keanu Reeves just kept going there in his.
Well,
off
why
time.
wouldn't you? That'd be fun as fuck.
Oh, it would be.
First off, I think he found out that he's good at that also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, apparently he's decent at playing music. I don't know if his band's good or not. I know that they've toured and shit, but I never really heard anything other than that. But he obviously likes shooting.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, like I said, those
Oh, it's
scenes
a
are
blast.
fucking looking loud. I mean,
His
I've gone to
comic books
shooting
are
ranges.
pretty
I've never
sweet.
had that much fun. I've had fun, but I've never done
I was
like
gonna say,
time trials and shit.
I think
like
the
that.
only cool thing I remember doing was blind firing. I have a Scar 17 and set up a fire hydrant about, I don't know, 25 feet away. What I did is I aimed at it, and then I was like, okay, and then turned my head entirely around and went like that and fired one shot and hit it.
Oh, that's nice.
So I was like, all right, that was kind of
The
cool.
only thing I've done trick shot wise is shotgun stuff where you throw your own
Dude,
shell
those-
out and all that.
Those
I got
guys
pretty
are
good at that.
so fucking. Have you seen some
I've
of those?
done some of that stuff with the shotgun.
Have you seen the world record style guys?
I took like 16,
Nope.
tossed them up in the air
Dude,
by hand, and then
it's
dropped them.
insane.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't even know a shotgun held that many
Yeah.
rounds.
Or the guy that can fucking, what was it? He would fire a shot and then be able to turn and fire at the ejected
Yeah, he'd eject
shell.
the shell out
Oh,
and then shoot
shit.
the shell
And then
out of
shoot
the
the
sky.
shell,
Yeah,
yes.
he's really,
Fuck.
that old cat, he's really good too. But that's what we were trying to emulate when last time I went shotgun shooting, was able to do that. Well, I was able to toss my own clay, throw a shell in the shotgun, and then shoot the clay out of the air. That's the best I've gotten.
See,
Pretty
I
cool,
never got
pretty
into
cool.
any of that
Well,
stuff.
You can't miss with a shotgun. That's just
You-
it.
I mean, you definitely can, but
It's not that difficult.
Yeah,
Well,
the
the thing-
scattergun it'll hit your target pretty good.
the thing is,
Yeah.
though, people think that a shotgun, its spread is like really far. It's
About
not.
dinner plate size.
It's
at a
not even
distance.
that
Well,
much.
it also
That's
kind of
for me.
depends on the weapon.
It depends on how far you
use.
are, but most of it's about like this till you get out to about 25 yards. It's not as big as people think. That's why people just have a shotgun at home. It's like, well, yeah, except that it's still going to go in it. I mean,
unless you shoot like Kevin, where if you move your hand for a little bit, the shotgun will compensate.
He missed by the entire rotation of the Earth.
It's pointing behind himself.
I started watching, what was it, Invincible a little bit.
Did you like that?
I watched the first 2 episodes. It's pretty good,
right?
Yeah.
I like it a lot. It's graphic as fuck.
But at the time, I really wanted something more about like espionage and shit. So I decided, I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna watch Jack Ryan because I really like that show."
Yeah, I've heard some good things.
So I watched the first 2 seasons. I got 2 more seasons to go on that. I'll start watching Invincible again. I didn't realize that the whole fucking kill everybody is in the first episode. I had no idea because I've seen that scene before.
Yeah, that's a great scene.
And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, cool, that's where the Mortal Kombat fatality comes from.
Yep.
And so some of his brutalities come from that shit too. And it's fucking
scene.
wild.
That's cool. They put all that in the game too.
Yeah. The eye pop when he fucking squeezes that guy's head. That's in there. That's
is it?
I think it's second fatality because I showed you the first fatality.
Yeah, the train one.
The train,
which is awesome.
The train fatality is awesome. I showed Kevin that.
Awesome.
It's fucking cool.
Well, someone thought that up. It's like, it'd be really fucking cool.
Well, it's fucking, what is it, Kirkman?
Yeah, Robert Kirkman.
Kirkman, yeah. Dude, he came out Walking Dead and then fucking does this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
He does really good
and
at it.
I guess there's another Walking Dead-esque comic book that's out there that there were rumors of maybe being made into a series, and even Kirkman was like, yeah, that's going to be too much.
Oh, a lot of graphic stuff.
Oh, dude. So apparently what it is the zombies aren't really zombies. They are, but they're not.
Okay.
They get some sort of disease, and it makes them just take out like all their fucking like worst thoughts on somebody.
Oh.
So if there's somebody like, I'm gonna rape, they rape. Like I'm gonna murder, they murder. Like I kill babies, and they, like it's just they're twisted. It's kind of like the what was it, the Crazies?
Oh yeah,
except
okay,
even more violent.
Wow.
And I loved the Crazies. I thought that was
seen
great.
that.
Oh, it's a great fucking movie.
I'm gonna ruin someone's Facebook reputation.
That Kevin's would be the nerdiest fucking thing. Kevin's like, I'm gonna write a letter to my senator.
This guy again?
Man, this zombie sucks.
No, I watched that movie. It's simple. It's just X, and it's a hack 'em slash 'em up type thing. Fucking great.
I haven't seen that.
It's 2020. It actually came out this year. It's a whole bunch of no names. The only one actress that I recognize, Kid Cudi's in it.
I don't know. I know that name.
I've heard the name.
He's a rapper / actor.
Oh, that's why I don't know who it is.
Well, he was in it, but did you guys ever watch Pitch Perfect? The redhead in the first one.
Strangely enough, I like those movies.
Well,
I don't know
the redhead in the shower
first
scene.
one.
She's in this.
Oh, that okay.
The really hot one, right?
She's the one that was the original leader of that group.
No, that was a blonde chick, her friend, the redhead that she met in the shower.
It was
they sang together.
It's been a year.
Well, now I can't remember it right.
Oh, she's gorgeous. Well, she's in this one.
I know who the
head
chick is.
Yeah, the redhead chick is in X.
Yeah,
and they're basically some kids trying to film their own porn. Well, they're actually kind of a porn group, but they go to like obscure places to film because it's cheap. So they rent out a house for rent on a farm, and it ends up the farmer and his wife are crazy and shit like that. But
yeah, that's how it always goes.
Incredible fucking scenes. Like the death scenes are great. The sex scenes are fucking insane.
Yeah,
and it's this hot redhead chick because I'm a fan, a big fan. But you actually get to see her with Kid Cudi, almost.
Wow, so you get to kill 2 birds with one stone on that one, Dan.
I think the worst scene in that though is the dude standing he steps on a fucking rusty nail. I don't know why, but it fucking
They're going to be
sucked.
making this into either a movie or a TV series.
What is that one?
This is Berserker. This is Keanu Reeves' comic book, and it's
Keanu
bloody
Reeves?
as fuck. Yeah, Keanu Reeves wrote it, came up with the idea. He's going to play the character, and it's bloody as shit.
Oh, I can dig it, dude.
He's like an immortal, been alive for 12,000 years, and he can't die, and he just is like, he has to kill and fucking destroy.
Is he wearing a suit in that one?
Yeah, he's wearing armor in
It's
this.
so weird, too, that, like, Keanu Reeves, I don't think he's, like, this great actor. I don't think he's bad in his movies, generally speaking.
He makes money.
Well, it's not even that. It's just...
His movies make money,
I don't
dude.
think he's got, like, he's not a guy that's got a lot of range, is what I'm saying.
Oh, no,
right?
no.
There's no
not
range
at all,
there.
Yeah.
But there is, because he can be the fucking stoner or he can be everything else that he is. Those are his two characters.
He can't be the heartthrob.
But for somebody that really doesn't have a lot of range, he knows how to pick fucking movies.
He does.
And make good movies.
Yeah, I think it's more of his agent knows him really well.
I think he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I really do.
You think he's got more say than his agent?
Yes.
Yeah, well,
the actor always has more say than
what
the
I'm
agent.
saying when it comes to jobs like presenting themselves.
Well,
like,
the
I want
agents-
in that, and the agent's like, all right, we'll get it for you. Then why the fuck would he need an
Well,
agent?
well, you got to
Because
remember,
the agent's going to be the one with all the weird connections that he's not.
But
gonna
also,
have.
Keanu Reeves is such a big name now that he can pick his projects. It's not like an actor that's not.
I
huge,
even like Johnny
you know?
Mnemonic.
Yeah, that was a great one.
I haven't seen it, but I heard
Dude,
it was a flop.
Dolph. Yeah, it was
a terrible
a
flop.
Yeah,
No,
but
the
it's
day
great.
the Earth stood still.
Oh,
that was
one was
okay.
No, Johnny Mnemonic was awesome.
Yeah.
I love
the guy with the laser fucking thing.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren as the street
pulls
preacher.
The heads off. Yeah, that's
Dolph Lundgren as the street preacher.
Yeah, dude, that whole fucking
fucking
because
great.
that movie is basically what is it? Oh fuck, what is that? Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
it's
it
basically
is.
Cyberpunk.
It's Blade Runner on like crack.
Yeah, well, no, it's
Pretty
like
much.
the game Cyberpunk.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That Keanu Reeves is also in.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's one of the reasons why Keanu wanted into the whole Cyberpunk shit. Was
Oh,
'cause
yeah,
it was
I'm sure he did,
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
like Johnny Mnemonic.
The Uber hacker was a fucking dolphin.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Such
Had
a
a
weird.
dolphin
It was
Well, big
Ice-T
aquarium.
was the
wasn't that-
leader of that group.
That was around. Wait a minute.
It was like
Ice-T
late
was
90s.
also the leader.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
I
in
was
that,
just
remember?
about
Yeah.
to mention another one where he was the leader of a group.
Tank Girl.
Yep.
Tank Girl.
That was
You're right,
fucking
dude.
wicked awesome.
Fucking
He
A.
was the leader of the fucking
The
kangaroos.
kangaroos,
So
yeah.
fucking cool.
That's what I mean. There were weird movies like that back then.
I
What
know.
weird movies like that? I mean, there were shitty ones like
Sure.
that, like the Mario Brothers one, which was similar to that.
Yeah, and that was awful.
Like in aesthetics.
Yeah. They went with the cyberpunky kind of
Yeah,
look.
and it was terrible. It was not a good movie. I probably liked it as a kid because I was stupid.
They tried it with a
But-
Batman one too. The one that had
They were-
Val Kilmer.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
They did it all black lighting and shit
Batman
like
Forever.
that. Yeah, it was
That
fucking
that one was
miserable.
horrible. I remember seeing that in the theater. My friend Adrian, he tells us like right before we go into the theater, he's like, "Dude, I just dropped a lot of acid."
Oh well, have fun.
And we're
buddy.
like, "Oh, cool. This will be an experience." Every time Uma Thurman showed up on the screen, he's all, "Show me your tits!" in a fucking packed theater.
God damn it, that would be so.
Never
fucking
got
annoying.
kicked out. It was
I'd be
fucking
furious.
great.
I paid $7.50 for this. Thing.
No, back then it was probably a little bit cheaper. This
Yeah.
was,
It was back then. It was $7.50.
I think we were.
It's like 15 now.
Yeah, it's
I still
ridiculous.
swear
No,
it
your
was cheap.
matinees were $3.
It might have been early on the day because Batman it had already been out for a little bit.
Yeah, if you go
But-
to those cheap places like Liberty or Kiggins
Yeah.
or something like that, it's like $3.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember where it was because the mall I don't think had it. No, I think the mall had a theater that was next to the mall.
Yeah, it's Cinema 99.
Where was the one next to the mall?
There was one in the mall. No,
I know there was one next to the mall at one point.
Oh yeah, because that's right.
Yeah.
and now it's like a doctor's office or
Yes.
something like that. I think
That's where we saw it.
Yeah, I remember that.
So we
place.
saw it. We went over to
Fuck,
the
I forgot
mall.
all about
yeah, I
that.
know.
Yeah.
We
Well-
went to the mall, ate a bunch of food and shit, and then went over and watched that.
That's the way to do it.
And I just remember after watching, I'm like, dude, this is terrible. This is a
bad.
bad movie. Like, how did they convince Arnold Schwarzenegger to go in there and be like,
Oh, you're thinking of the Batman and Robin. That was the other one.
huh?
That wasn't the one with
Oh,
Val Kilmer. That was the one with George Clooney.
Clooney was a terrible one too.
Yeah, that was the next one
yeah,
after
those
the Val
two
Kilmer
fucking
one.
sucked.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
the one I'm talking about.
Okay, you saw
That's
Batman and
that-
Robin.
That's the
Yeah.
one with fucking no. Batman and Robin was before that.
No, Forever. Batman Forever with Val Kilmer came first. That's the one that had
Yeah, Kilmer
Jim
became
Carrey
before,
and
yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones
Tommy
as
Lee
the
Jones.
Riddler and Two-Face. And then Batman and Robin had Arnold as...
And
But
Uma
didn't they
Thurman.
also have
Yeah, and Uma
Batman and
Thurman,
Robin
yeah.
too in that?
No. Well, I mean, Robin was in it.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
but it
I
didn't
think-
have
Chris, whatever
Arnold
his name
Schwarzenegger,
was.
Chris O'Donnell.
Yeah, O'Donnell.
It didn't have Arnold and Uma Thurman. That came in. That was in the movie Batman and Robin, which came after Forever.
Okay, then was it Batman and Robin?
Both
that
of
we
them were
saw?
fucking shit.
Yeah, they were both garbage.
Batman and Robin had that's the one that
When they
had-
took the whole dark feel out of it, it
Yeah.
just took me out of it.
Yep, I agree.
You know,
I agree.
when
Batman Returns was the last of the good ones of those
Yeah.
group of Batman movies.
Yeah.
until Christopher Nolan came along and kind of did his own thing with it.
Yeah, well,
Okay, so that must have been the next one, that we saw, because we saw it it had Poison Ivy and fucking
Uma Thurman was Poison Ivy.
Yeah, it had Poison Ivy and fucking
Mr. Freeze.
Mr.
Bane,
Freeze.
yeah, and
But
Bane was in it too.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, he was awful in that.
Just the fucking catchphrases that Arnold had were
Oh, yeah.
so bad.
all right, everybody, chill.
Yeah,
Or
chill.
like, nice to see you. And you're like, what?
Come on.
Why?
Come on,
Why are you
Arnold.
doing
You
this?
know they were doing that just because that's what
It was
Arnold did.
No, it
back
was.
in the
I know
day.
he did, but he at least his shit in his action movies was like, all right. I mean, it's not great, but it's kind of funny.
It started
Yeah.
light and it got heavy.
Yeah. Well,
you
I mean,
know what? When it came to his catchphrases,
well, remember Commando?
Yeah.
Like the catchphrases in there were great. They were
stick
great.
around.
Yeah.
I had to let him go.
Yeah.
Those were
Those
awesome.
things were fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Because they were just basically it was doing what Kevin does on the show, pointing out the obvious
Yeah.
that was right in front of you, and then for some reason you get a funny reaction out of it.
You had to let
And
off some
it's true, you
steam.
do
Yeah.
get that. You
Yeah,
point out the obvious,
absolutely.
you get the funny reaction from us. But if you had an Austrian accent, it would sound like you're trying to be
Yes.
funny.
Yeah. It,
I
probably,
think that's
it would
the-
be
the
much
difference.
better if I had the Austrian accent. I think that's what sells
that's
it.
literally,
yeah.
That's literally the only difference between
Yeah.
your shit on this show and his shit in the movies is an Austrian accent.
Sub-Zero, now Plane Zero. The
Fucking
running
God.
man.
And then he even tells the guy that he looks like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, I remember which.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget what the character's name was though. but,
Dude, I like that movie too because it's fun.
It's great.
This is the thing about like the movies that come out now that are like action movies. There's no fun action
no,
movies.
they're trying to be too serious.
And when they
What are
do
you
try to
talking
be
about? The
fun,
Marvel MCU is fucking fun as fuck.
Those
yeah,
aren't-
but
those aren't
that's
action
not,
movies.
That's not what we're talking
we're
about.
talking about
Those are
like
comic book kind of
straight up
movies.
action movies.
Yeah.
Like fun action movies. Like the 80s or action movies were always fun. Tango and Cash was
Oh, I
great.
love that
Bulletproof
movie.
was pretty cool.
Bulletproof was awesome.
Remember
That was
that
like
Adam
what
Sandler one?
mid 90s.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was, that one was
Damon
great.
Wayans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he fucking handcuffs him to the toilet bowl.
No, his ass is sticking out the fucking window. Get that thing out of my ass.
Yeah, they got the honeymoon suite with the heart shaped
I
bed.
know. He's all in the shower singing that fucking.
You'll always be my bodyguard.
Disneyland.
Disneyland.
That was one of my favorite parts. He's like, "No, I'm taking my special friend to the."
It was the whole era of
They were funny.
Last Action Hero.
Yeah,
all of that
I
shit,
like that,
all-
even though that was kind of a
all
flop.
The Bruce. That was a pretty good one though.
I liked it. It was still a flop
He's-
because it was a lot of money they put into it.
He's almost comatose now, or he's nonverbal.
Bruce
now.
Willis, yeah.
Bruce Willis is nonverbal now.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
he's-
basically like trapped inside his head
Yeah.
at this
No.
point.
Well, and he's also his memories are gone. It's like I
his
forget what it's
family's
called.
capitalizing on it too. They're just stringing him around to places and
Yeah,
shit.
I
Which
guess he
sucks.
sold
Displaying
his
on display.
Well, I guess he sold his likeness so that basically,
I guess in China they're doing like AI shit. of
yeah,
him.
people can perpetually make Bruce Willis movies in
Yeah,
the future,
God.
basically with AI.
He's one of those ones that.
Well, at least he's not going away, guys.
Yeah.
he'll be here. digitally
Die
for
Hard
us.
37.
Yeah.
We'll get it.
No, just wait. I mean, we'll have Humphrey Bogart back. you
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
Well, shit, the Beatles, their new song.
Their new album.
Yeah, Yoko had some songs she was shit.
Yeah, it
sitting
was a
on.
whole new album that they put
Really?
out.
They did it AI generated
whoa.
music because of their writings.
Oh,
so
shit.
them AI generated music.
Well, I don't think
Crazy.
that's what the new album is. I think the new album's like old songs and practice sessions and shit.
No, they explained it. A lot of them are done in AI.
Yeah, they used AI. I think they used AI to piece the stuff together that they had. It's not AI to just create their own music.
Let's find out.
That's what it was.
AI generated Beatles song.
Yeah, because then they can't sell it as the Beatles then,
Why not?
because it's not the Beatles at all. Like I said, what they did is they took pieces.
A new Beatles
piecemeal.
song called "Now and Then," which was originally written and recorded in the late '70s
Oh, okay.
by
So it was
John
already-
Lennon after the Beatles broke up. It's written back then.
Yeah, and recorded.
and recorded.
So they used AI to
They
fill in the
probably
rest
like
of the
yeah,
stuff.
they
The help
probably
of-
mastered it with
The help
AI.
of artificial intelligence was used to separate Lennon's vocals from an old demo.
Yes, that's what I
Okay,
just
so
said.
so they pulled
I
it.
just said that.
Yeah.
Now you're Kevin.
Basically, what they did was they remastered it with AI.
Yes.
That's what they
I don't.
pretty much
Look, I still think it's kind of almost shady fucking
Yeah.
way to do it, but at the same time, It's still not what you were saying, which I think is fucking absolute trash.
Well,
when
that's
they
what
do
they're
that.
doing. Yeah, they did Freddie Mercury doing
Mercury
singing different songs.
Holy shit!
Like I got Irish there or something, right, Jared?
Yeah. At some point though, AI is just going to create all the music.
Yeah. And you know, the
gonna
further
be
we go
great.
along, the more this is going to get crazy. The more crazier it'll get. We'll start seeing other actors sell their likeness off at some point, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, they could retire. Why not?
Yeah, and then, hey, for the next
you're like,
300
look-
years, you're going to be able to have them in movies.
Or what they'll do is they'll sign a deal. They'll be like, wait, so 10% of everything that comes in I get, and I
Yeah.
don't have to do a fucking thing?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll take
Oh,
it.
you sold 200 million, in
Oh,
this
you
this
put me
year?
in a porn.
Oh,
huh?
cool.
Yeah.
How much did that make?
Now
It was in the fine print.
So I just made 20 million this year just
Yeah.
doing nothing. Cool. I'll keep vacationing.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And they're gonna do that with like podcasts. Will at some point
They're
just
going to be able
fucking
to do
AI generated.
all of that.
Well, I've heard
yeah.
a couple of Joe Rogans that have been AI generated.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're impressive.
They're starting to get better.
Yeah.
They're pretty impressive.
So, all right, Kevin, I do have one thing for you to look up. This is the greatest thing in the world.
You promised his ass and tits, so.
No, that's not what he promised.
Just don't worry about the HTTP.
Oh, I'm sorry. Better than
Look
ass
it
and
up.
tits.
Oh, I know about
Okay,
that.
good.
Yeah.
Look it up. It's the fucking greatest thing in the world. And then go to the trailer.
Okay.
Don't not on YouTube.
Yeah.
Go to the actual site,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
dude. No, it's the Tim.
Settle down.
You're gonna
dude.
shit
Jesus
yourself.
Christ.
I kind of want this. It's fucking.
I
amazing.
want it.
It's amazing. No. Type in what I said because it's gonna go straight to the fucking.
God damn
thing.
it, Kevin. Do
You're
what
not
he
gonna-
says.
You're not gonna do it. Go type that in
just the
directly.
website? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
because it'll go directly to it. Believe me, Google's making it to where it's hard to find.
Oh, of course they are.
So, I was gonna say, don't worry about the HTTP, but
That's Kevin.
yeah, I know he's doing it very literal.
All right.
It's the
Alex
best, like,
Jones.
Go down
NWO
to the trailer.
Wars.
This is the greatest thing in the world, right there.
There it is.
What?
First came Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, and Super Mario Brothers.
Show it to
and
Tim.
now the ultimate retro nostalgia throwback.
Right about there.
I present to the world Alex Jones's New World Order Wars. They're turning the friggin' frogs game. I'll eat your ass, you Nazi scum. Let's free the Patriots.
Fucking Zuckerberg.
Globalist
Police.
We are going to defeat
Donald Trump.
very bigly.
Very bigly.
Mostly peaceful. Mostly peaceful.
Fucking all these guys with syringes trying to stab him, give him the vaccine.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm going to lower the world's population.
Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Fucking,
yeah.
yeah.
I did not have sexual relations.
Oh, it's
with
Bill
that
Clinton.
Yeah, Bill Clinton.
That's a tough level right there.
They even have Epstein Island in here.
Because as we all know, anything badass gets censored.
He actually,
Dude.
that's real?
This is real. It's 100% real.
It's fucking real.
It's on sale right now for $17.76.
Is that on the Steam store?
No,
or-
it's on his own thing. I tried to check Steam because I was
It's
like,
not on Steam?
fucking maybe, No,
So
it's
what
not
is
on Steam.
It's only PC
Oh.
only that I'm imagining.
No, it's
PC, Mac, iOS,
and
you can get it for your
Android.
phone.
Oh, that's kind of
And
cool.
you can just sit here and play it like this. Go ahead and just look,
I want it.
look down. I think that it shows some of the levels and shit. Like here's some screenshots from it. But I mean the fact that
Clown
he yells,
News Network jesters.
the fact that he yells out, they're making the frogs gay, and then there's gay frogs in there that try to fucking.
I love this. Look at this.
Throw
Thought
like
police.
gay pride stuff at him. It's hilarious.
It's like fucking
Mar-
Godzilla, Mark
Mark
Zuckerberg,
Zuckerberg,
with
yeah.
a thought police hammer.
And then all these people in fucking thought jail. It's fucking great. Go down a little bit more. I mean, this. When I first saw
oh,
this,
look
I
at
was
this.
like,
The
"There's
gay frogs. Look at it's like CNN except for it's
FNN.
FNN.
Yeah, fake news networks.
Yeah. It looks awesome.
Dude, it's hilarious looking.
It's very clever.
And then, like, right here, you got Donald Trump as, like, Superman. Actually, he's
Super Trump.
I was going to say, he almost looked more like Homelander right here.
He kind of does, yeah.
So you got Trump as, like, Homelander, while Alex Jones is running around shirtless.
Big tech cucks and more.
Big old machine gun.
Yeah.
Big old minigun.
With a fucking minigun.
Yeah.
Shooting at skeletons. I don't know what the skeleton has to do with
That's a
anything.
big tech cuck.
Oh,
Big tech
okay.
cucks and more.
And then Epstein
Island.
I mean, the game looks fucking hilarious.
It does.
Like, I'm not even a fan of Alex Jones. I don't,
You know what it looks kind of like? It looks like Metal Slug. You remember Metal Slug?
Yeah,
those games? That's what it looks like. It plays like a bit.
Well, then you got Tucker Carlson right there.
Yeah, Tucker News Network.
Yeah, and Tucker Carlson's throwing fucking
what is it, a grenade or something?
Oh, ties.
Oh,
There's
they're
bow tie.
bow ties.
He's throwing his bow tie at him.
Save the babies.
And then who the fuck's that? Oh, it's Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah. It says it's no secret.
That's a tough level.
It's no secret the NWO reptiles are after our children. Play NWO Wars now to help save
this game looks fucking
from
awesome.
these monsters.
It's pretty funny. What better way to make
the
a buck?
Crooked Witch of the West Wing is what they call it.
Yeah.
They are turning the friggin' frogs gay. Only Alex Jones can stop this madness and restore balance in the brain force.
Dude, this looks amazing. Here's the level of all the gay frogs.
They're shooting
throwing fucking gay rainbows at you.
How did you find this, man?
Dude,
This is
It's been talked about all over the internet when it came out. Yeah,
I was
it's
just looking through YouTube, and what is that guy's name? Asmongold?
Oh, Asmongold, yeah.
Asmongold had it on there.
He did a video of
and
it. Yeah.
I saw a short, and he's like, "There's no way this is real." And then he clicks on it, and he's like, "Holy shit, this is real!" And then he bought the game and then fucking played it. He's got like I don't know, an hour-long video of him playing the game.
Wow.
But I didn't watch that. I just watched the short because I was like, I don't want to know what the game's all about. I want to just know the little bit to see if it looks interesting enough to play.
It looks awesome.
It looks fucking hilarious. And the thing is, it looks like it might be better than a lot of AAA games that are coming out now.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's
not hard.
That.
No, it's a two-dimensional side scroll.
Yeah.
Not hard to do, but it does look absolutely fucking hilarious.
And let's face it, AAA games have been not so great these days.
I don't know, dude. There's a new one that's coming out that was it 2024? I think late 2024. Gray Zone War, something like that.
I haven't heard of it.
Let me look it up.
You know what game I've been playing lately? It's called We Who Are About to Die, and it's a gladiator game. It's a indie game, and it's fucking awesome.
What's the premise? Is it first-person shooter?
No. It's like third person, and you have a gladiator, and basically you go in, you fight in the gladiatorial arenas like in ancient Rome and stuff, and you can upgrade your armor and weapons and all that. Your guy gets more skills, but when you die, your character's dead, and you got to start over.
Fuck that.
But you get more and more powerful if you can stay alive longer. It's fucking awesome.
That sounds rough as fuck, dude.
Dude, it's fun. It's addictive.
Hey, if you could hit YouTube again real quick. This is the game that I'm looking forward to. It looks like it's a mix between Tarkov, Ghost Recon, and like Arma. The game is called Gray Zone Warfare. Yeah, it's the first thing that pops up because a lot of people are looking at it. And there's the trailer. So we could just watch the trailer, and it's a minute long. This is a video long, heavy episode.
Well, yeah, that's all you brought, dude. You're just bringing us videos.
Sorry.
No, apologize. It's entertaining as fuck. It's really
it has been actually pretty
better
good.
than talking about our balls and buttholes.
I don't know, man. When I was talking about presenting my balls,
well, that's
to
actual
people,
gameplay. That looks good. That looks good.
And I guess the whole like when you get injured is fucking crazy in this. Like the injuries actually, instead of it being a hit point system, it actually like you might lose your arm in the game.
It's a little fluid, but I like it. Could use a bit more sway.
Taking pills and shit to fucking fix your meds and stuff. Like you have to actually find some of this stuff. If you run out.
Well, yeah, RoboCop is like that kind of. Starfield's like that.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's the thing. Games are starting to get so complex, but so fun.
No, it looks really good. It does. It looks really good.
So this is the game I'm looking forward to. And I guess Arma's coming out with a new one pretty soon, too. They just released, I think, last year, like a go-between.
This is not a AAA game.
No.
This is an
that's
indie
the thing.
game.
Arma's not even a AAA game.
No, that'd be more
no,
double
that one we
A.
watched
probably
the guy
double A.
in the warehouse. That one with the game.
That game's
that.
called Unrecord.
Yeah, and that was obviously
and I think
it's
that
like
is
one level, but
next year some point.
Yeah, they're working on it.
I'm after that. That's what I'm after. I want that realism like that because that felt fucking cool as shit. Dude.
Well, the thing is though, that game, realism wise, graphically, yes, you're gonna get realism wise, like overall game, no, because I guess it's it's not just a tactical shooter. There's so much more involved. I think that there's like maybe possibly like aliens or some shit like that in it. Like just the hints that I've heard from it.
All right.
It almost feels like there's something supernatural.
Yeah, there hasn't been a whole lot revealed about it, though.
No.
The creator is staying pretty quiet.
Nonetheless, for a first-person shooter of that magnitude, that's
Well, I remember the
that's
first
what I thought
fucking-
RoboCop would be. That's what's kind of pissed off when it wasn't.
Well, that's the thing. You can't play
RoboCop
something
was-
with ultra realistic graphics and then go back to anything else and be like, oh yeah, that's great.
Well, no, I haven't played anything with ultra realistic.
That's what I'm saying.
I was
Like when you
expecting
see,
that.
you're not gonna get that.
RoboCop,
That's the
I
thing.
kinda got
That's
what
the
I
only
expected
game that
with
you're
that.
gonna get it from because it's the only game trying to actually produce ultra realistic graphics right now that I've seen.
Yeah.
There's other games that
There are
look
others
great.
that are, yeah, and obviously we're going to see more of that as they get more in depth with Unreal 5.
Yeah, you
and
implement
stuff
that
like
with some VR too, or some AR goggles or something like that.
I think
So
VR would be
fucking
amazing in a
cool.
game like that. You'd just be like, oh, this is just life now.
They're getting better with the haptic systems too. I saw a haptic vest that was, I think, about $300.
Yeah, no,
but
Ready
it was-
Player One, we're going to be doing
We
this.
will get there one day.
And we'll all live in the
It'll be
Oasis,
so
Tim.
fucking cool, dude. I'm looking forward to
You know
that.
how pissed off I'd be, though, if the Oasis, like, say that you made all your money playing the game because you were good at it and got all the coins and shit, and then people bought stuff from you. Imagine if they said, yeah, well, we're going to get rid of these 2 days during the week that you can just hang out with your family. You're like, fuck you.
They
This is how I make my money.
Yeah, there'd be some government thing that'll step in.
Well, that's what happened in Ready Player One. At the end, he's like, yeah, we're Tuesdays and Thursdays or some shit like that, where we just, everybody takes a break.
takes a day off.
Yeah. And it's like, well, what if that's
What
how
do
I
you want
make
us
my
to do
money?
with during those 2 days? What are we supposed to do there? Just fucking sit around
just
with
jerk off?
thumbs in our butts? What are we doing here?
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's exactly how it would go down
Yeah,
too.
and people would be pissed.
It'd be
Well, because
fucking
remember
anarchy.
in that movie, like some people made their money just specifically from doing like death matches and shit, and people would pay to watch them.
Yeah,
which totally would happen.
Well, absolutely,
it already does with
Dude,
like Twitch.
The
and
thing
shit.
is, though, underground in like fucking real life, people pay to watch people basically kill each other.
Pretty much, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it'll happen in a fucking VR
What was it,
version.
bum fights or whatever it was?
Yeah, bum
you
fights.
go to places
fucking
like Thailand,
backyard brawls and shit like that.
You go to fucking places like Thailand and shit. You can watch guys do Russian roulette and shit for
Get a
money.
lot more out of Thailand than just that, buddy.
I was
Like that
gonna
movie
say,
Deer Hunter?
I was gonna say I thought Kevin was gonna go in a completely different direction. Kevin's like, no, in Thailand, like you can
I
get.
know what direction you were going.
I'm a lady boy. You're not a boy.
No way. Prove it.
You know what? Hey, you want to hear some other big news? Snoop Dogg quit smoking
No, he
weed.
didn't.
Again?
Publicly, he said
No.
he is, yeah.
No.
No?
No. Have you seen the commercial?
What commercial?
Look it up then.
Oh, no.
we go.
Just look it up. I know, but you're the one that fucking went down this road.
I'm just saying he was
Look it up.
posting it on Twitter.
I know he was.
Yeah.
And everyone thought it was a publicity stunt. Watch the video. You'll be like, oh, I get it.
I'll take your word for it.
Here, I'll describe it then. He's sitting in front of like a fireplace. It's a smokeless fireplace. Puts out the fire, no smoke. I gave up smoke.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
That's stupid.
Yeah, so no, dude, Snoop Dogg's never fucking given up weed. Neither is Willie Nelson.
No, he did
Yeah.
for like a week.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, it was back in.
He said he did, and then like it was like a day later, he was fucking
didn't
back
he become
smoking.
like the Snoop Lion after
yeah,
that or
but
something like
he
that?
was a Rastafarian.
Yeah.
You think he's gonna be a Rastafarian? And
Well, no,
not
yeah, that's
smoke
what he
weed?
was doing.
He
yeah.
quit and then he went to Rastafari and
Yeah.
it started back
Yeah,
up.
then Rastafarians got pissed off at him because
Yeah.
I think lion actually means something down there, like
Yeah.
more than
It's
he
like you
wasn't
can't
supposed
sing
to,
reggae
yeah.
if you don't smoke pot.
Yeah, no, I thought that was a very weird direction that he went in because,
Yeah.
I mean, he seems like an interesting dude.
Oh, he seems like a cool guy.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's on the list. I think Busta Rhymes is above him on my list, but
What, people that you would like to meet?
I'd like to smoke weed with. Busta Rhymes is number one. I would love to smoke
Why
weed with.
Busta Rhymes? I
Really?
just never got into the Busta Rhymes thing.
I'm not much into his music either. I just think that would be a cool fucking dude to hang out with. And him and his whole crew. I just think they're so fucking out of like.
He does have a lot of energy.
That's
I'll
what I
give you
mean.
that.
Like I'll bet he's fun as fuck.
Like at least from like the interviews and shit that I've
Yeah.
seen and the videos.
And
that
his
he does
voice
and
is
shit.
amazing. I love his voice.
But I just never got into his music whatsoever. I don't know why.
and his bass lines are insane.
But I also grew up like my first introduction to rap was probably Dr. Dre, The Chronic.
The Chronic was a fantastic.
That was my
album.
first.
It was
I
awesome.
fucking loved that album. Then I got into listening to Snoop and Eazy-E. Those
Tupac's All Eyes on Me.
Tupac was
great.
Tupac was great, dude. I remember Tupac before Tupac was Tupac singing with Digital Underground.
Yeah, he danced for him.
Yes.
Dude. Yeah, he was. Yeah,
he was like part of the. He was part of the posse.
Yeah.
You know. Well, it's the same thing. Exhibit used to be part of the fucking like the crew that hung out. I don't know if they hung out or collaborated with the Alcoholics, which was a fucking hip hop group.
Jennifer Lopez was a dancer on
In
Living Color.
In Living Color,
she
yeah.
was one of the Fly Girls.
Yeah.
Fly
the
girls.
fucking dancer.
Yeah. Jennifer Lopez was a Fly Girl back in like 93, 94.
Hey,
Hey,
Wow,
In Living
dude.
Color was really good.
In Living Color was for network television.
Yeah.
probably my favorite for network
it was
television.
a damn good show.
If you start adding in all the cable shit, it's got to be like Chappelle Show and fucking.
Well, that also came a little later.
Kid-
you know.
Way before.
but
Kids in the Hall was about the same
Kids
time.
in the Hall was
I
awesome.
loved Kids in the Hall.
Yeah.
I've seen a little bit of the Whitest Kids, you know.
That's good stuff.
I haven't seen
There's
that
some
one.
there's some
They're
decent stuff.
funny as fuck,
Are they?
dude. They're dark. They're dark.
I like the.
And then there was Upright Citizens Brigade. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I remember
I
them.
never got into that
No,
one.
I loved
I just
it.
didn't get into
And
that
then there was
one.
also The Vacant Lot, which is another funny one.
I hadn't heard of that
Mr.
one.
Show with Bob and Dave.
Oh yeah.
See,
Mr.
I never
Show.
watched
Oh
Mr.
my
Show.
god, the reason
I
that
heard those two they were a good combination.
well, the
though.
reason that show was so good was because their stuff was so obscure, yet funny. Like it wasn't, you know how sometimes an obscure thing would just on a sketch show would just be like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? None of their shit hit like that. Like it was always, even if it was obscure or far out there, fucking crazy. Like one of the funny ones was a dude that he got, I think it was burnt to his, burnt 90% of his body.
I saw the clip of that.
And,
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, how you doing, bud? And he's like, oh, I'm doing all right. And they're like, yeah, you look great. But he's like literally like
matchsticks.
a foot tall
Yeah.
with just a head, a normal looking head. And like just these burnt fucking like stick like legs and
Yep.
arms.
I remember seeing that
And
clip.
like they touch or like one of them talked and he's like, oh, that hurts. Ow. Ow. But
they
it
were
was
trying to put
fucking
shoes
great.
on him or something like that. They were trying to like do something for him.
Yeah.
It was like Make-A-Wish or something
Yeah,
like that.
well, they had a few like Make-A-Wish ones. They had another one where there was this kid that was supposedly had some fucking disease. He was gonna die in like a day or something, right? But they named the disease something like chronic almost dead syndrome, where you're just always almost dead forever. And it was something like that. But he was gonna he went into like a guitar shop and started playing, and they're like, "Oh man, you're the best," because like his mom called in and was like, he's almost dead, so just let him know he's
Just
good.
humor him.
And then like the doctor calls in and goes, everything's fine. And they're like, oh, you suck, you piece of shit. And then his mom calls in and is like, the doctor was wrong. He just called me and said that he's actually dying. And they're like, oh, we're so sorry. But just like the weirdest fucking sketches that were just so great.
The
They
guy,
had Sarah Silverman on, I think, too, at times. I think so. Maybe I'm misremembering.
who's the balding guy? It was Bob and Dave. You
Yeah,
said
David Cross.
David
Yeah.
Cross. That's
Yeah.
right. That's the guy. He's funny as fuck.
David
Yeah,
Cross
oh,
is
yeah.
hilarious. But him and the thing is, Bob Odenkirk, based on what he's done now, like in the
Better Call
recent
Saul
in
and
the
all
recent years, you wouldn't expect him to be like this comic fucking like genius type guy,
I've always seen him as such.
right? You have, but you're
Well,
old enough
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Like, so if you're like in your 20s, maybe even early 30s, and you saw him, you'd be like, okay, he's kind of a serious guy, like, no, he is nothing
Better
like
Call
that.
Saul
Oh no,
was
yeah.
not serious
And-
at all.
he
but
was
I
a-
mean, he became an
Well, he was
amazing actor.
Didn't he write for like Conan, and he wrote for fucking
I
Saturday
think so.
Night Live?
Yeah,
I mean, like he did a lot of fucking
lot
comedy
of
writing.
shit. Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah, no, he was
Actually,
great.
it's funny. I was just watching. You ever seen the show Fargo, the one that's based off the movie?
I heard about that one. That's
Dude,
getting-
it's
I was
fucking-
going
Is
to, but
it
I
good?
haven't.
It's fucking good. And on the first season, Bob Odenkirk's in it. He plays this clueless like police chief, and he's fucking hilarious.
Dude, he is.
That's
fucking
with Billy
hilarious.
Bob, isn't it? No.
No,
yeah, it's got Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
So I
First
have
season.
seen a little bit of it. I
Yeah,
haven't
it's
seen
really
all of it.
fucking good. And we've
I
been
think
watching
me
it
and
the
Lynn
past
started
couple of
watching it at one
days.
point.
Yeah, it's really good, and I guess they got a new season coming out this month. I think they're on like season 5.
Well, this is the one thing though now too is like things are so fucking fragmented when it comes to shows and stuff. Trying to fucking figure out a show like you could
9
be,
times out of 10 it's a fucking spin-off of
well,
something you didn't even know.
You
That's
could be
true.
super deep into like a series neither of us have heard of.
Yeah.
I could be into a series that neither of you guys have heard of. He could
Right.
be into another series that nobody's heard of.
Yeah.
Because there's no basic cable
No,
anymore.
it's not
No.
even just there's no basic cable. Everything's so fragmented into their own fucking area.
Yeah, you got all
You've
these
got
different
Hulu
streaming
over here.
services.
You've got fucking Paramount over here. You've got Netflix, and then you've
Yeah.
got fucking HBO Max over here, which has its own fucking shit.
And then Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, Apple TV, because they've got their own shows.
Yep.
You know, so I mean, since everybody's got their own shows, unless all you watch is cable television, you're never going to be able to go, oh yeah, I watch the same thing as you, because I don't know what fucking shit you have.
Subscriptions I have,
Yeah, I have no fucking, I don't know what.
That's usually the
subscriptions you
first
have.
question. Is
Exactly.
like, what do you subscribe to?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got Netflix? You got
Nobody
you
fucking
got
knows.
Amazon Prime? Or-
Hey, have you ever seen this? No, I've never heard of
See,
it.
that's the
what's
thing
on?
because it's
now.
on this.
Yeah.
Oh well, I don't have that.
When back in the day, you'd be at the water cooler and just be talking about that same show. Everybody watching.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, like back when Seinfeld was the biggest show,
yeah.
people
Hey,
would be
did
able
you
to
see
go.
Seinfeld last night?
Yeah,
bro?
did you see
Well,
that
Game
episode?
of Thrones did it, and so did
Oh, yeah,
well,
Walking Dead
certain
did it.
big
I
ones.
think
you know.
HBO can still kind of get away with it,
Yeah.
just because a lot of people will
There's
still
a
have
huge-
subscriptions and HBO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Their
think
shows are all.
and HBO has definitely put out some great fucking shows over the last, I don't know.
Oh, dude, since
10, 15
I would
years.
say since like the early 2000s, they've been killing it.
Yeah, I'd say 10, 15 years where they've been really killing it. I think before that they had hit and miss. But
there
the
was
ones,
hit and miss,
the ones
but-
that hit killed it.
Well,
the
yes,
ones that
exactly.
missed just missed completely.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're right. I think at least the last 10, 15 years, like the Stephen King show. Fuck, what was the name
Outsider?
of that one? Outsider.
That was good.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah,
It was
that was
an
really
awesome-
good.
So good.
The book was just as good. Well,
I might
actually,
have
the
to go
book's
back
better.
and watch it.
Yeah, it was a
it's
good
still-
fucking show.
Yeah,
I think the casting was great.
it was perfect.
The casting was fucking excellent in that show.
It was a
You know,
fantastic
and
one.
some of my favorite shows have been from HBO. You know, like
I think most people's-
Sopranos,
yeah.
Deadwood, Rome, fucking
The Chris Rock show when that was on.
That was good too.
That was an
Yeah.
excellent show.
Yeah,
That's
Dennis
the way to
Miller, I
go.
think, was on there
Den-
too, right?
yeah. Dennis Miller was on HBO.
So Dennis
Yeah,
Miller,
Dennis Miller back in the
Dennis
day.
Miller, Chris Rock show. Those were both great shows. I know a lot of people don't like Dennis Miller and like his comedy.
Well, they were
you weren't a
basically-
big fan
They
of him,
were
right?
basically like the first pay to play.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were.
know
yeah,
what I
where
mean?
they where they actually.
You had to
Under-
have to pay a subscription to watch HBO.
Yeah, but where they also understood that if they put out the right content on top of having the right
It would
movies,
justify the
It would
cost.
justify all of it.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh shit, I'm missing out by not
as
having
a kid
it.
growing up, obviously I didn't have HBO because one, you had to pay extra for it, and two, it was all rated R
See,
shit. So my
we
parents
were
never did that.
we were stealing cable at one point.
well, everybody was doing that too.
so
everyone had the
at-
black box. Or,
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we had I think satellite, and we had to get a programmed fucking card that went in it. So there was a card that you would get, and then every like 6 months they would scramble them, and you'd have to get a new card. So we would get like every 6 months we'd just return it, and they'd send us a new one back. So we'd miss like a week of shit.
Yeah.
And then
That's not too bad, though.
No, but we'd end up being able to watch. I mean, just so many great things. Like I said, I was able to watch the Chris Rock show, which I fucking loved.
Great show.
The other thing that I was able to watch too that I loved, Carlin's my favorite comedian of all time.
Fuck
I got
yeah.
to see all of Carlin's stuff when it came
Yeah,
out,
because he always had his specials on HBO.
and some of his specials were live, like you know. So the first night of airing, it was always live. So you
Cool,
would
I didn't know
actually
that.
watch the fucking show
I didn't
while
know
it
that.
was live.
Dude,
yeah,
I
that's
had-
what I loved about it. That's
Yeah.
one thing that we don't really have anymore. We do in streaming somewhat, but you have to really know about it.
Right,
You know?
yeah. And if you didn't catch the social media post about
Yeah.
it or something.
If you missed
then-
one day of
Yeah.
social media,
Yeah.
you have no
You'd
clue.
no clue
Come to
it's
think of it, I
airing.
don't think I've watched a live event on TV in a very long time. Now that I think
I
about
mean,
it.
for me,
either.
hockey, I'll watch. But
Well, I don't watch sports.
But yeah,
so
I guess sports is different. But
Yeah.
like when it comes to
And
other stuff,
I
though,
can't watch sports if it's already been played.
I get that.
I just
Why?
I can't do
I mean,
it.
unless you missed the game or something.
No,
maybe,
I
but-
still can't.
Really?
I'm one of those people. I have tons of friends that do the whole, I'm not going to watch the game. Just don't tell me anything, and I'll stay off social media.
Yeah.
Right? And then they'll watch it the next day. I can't do that.
Really?
If the game's already been played, I want to watch it. I want to feel what the crowd's feeling at the time they're
I
feeling
get
it.
it.
You know what I mean?
I
I don't
guess
know
I can
why. I
understand
like
that.
that.
That's douchey,
It-
but okay.
No,
I mean,
it feels
I
like
guess I
I'm
kinda get
actually
it.
part of this whole thing that's happening.
Go to a live game then.
I can't. They're all in New Jersey or something.
To make it big, folks, you got to start subscribing. We need those. We need those bucks.
That's why you should be a Winterhawks fan.
Are they really even the Winterhawks anymore?
Are they? I don't know.
No, they changed their name.
Did they?
To the,
Dude, yeah, because they
See how long it's been since I've been in
the
the
Portland
hockey?
cunts.
Yeah, the Portland cunts.
Cunts.
the Portland Blue Hairs.
Some stupid name.
The Portland Pussy
No,
Willows.
I don't know if they changed their name. I know they changed their logo.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, because they think the Indians.
Yeah,
because
because it's a racist thing now,
They're
and I'm
fucking
like,
stupid.
you guys understand? So, do you know why the Winterhawks had the same logo as the Chicago Blackhawks?
Blackhawks.
Not Blackhawks, Tim. Blackhawks.
Why is that?
So
they did. They did.
Yeah. So
The big Blackhawks.
back when Chicago became a team, Portland had a team. They had this team called the Rosebuds. The gayest team name ever. You don't remember, of course. So it was 1917.
Oh, okay. That's why I don't remember. Yeah.
So back then, half of that team went to Chicago, and another team, half of it went to Chicago also. They became the Blackhawks. That's why when the Winterhawks came to be, they named the team that and had the same logo as a nod to the team that.
Oh,
So these two cities have, this history together because of that. So that's how that whole thing happened. It's weird. It's
That is
also
weird.
the other weird thing is too weird history about Portland hockey. They're the only team with that lost in the Stanley Cup Finals that has their name on the cup.
Really?
Yeah, the Portland Rosebuds ended up losing. I think it was 1917 to Montreal. Probably is my guess, because Montreal was only won like 26 fucking cups or 27. So they actually have their names engraved on the cup as a losing team. They're the only team.
That's crazy.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, because I still have my
the cup
puck.
for being the losing team.
Yeah.
I still have the puck that I got at the first Winterhawks game I went to. I still have it.
Dude, I still have my fucking autograph stick with like Adam Deadmarsh on it. I forget who all the other guys were from that year, but they were up at I think it was a Thriftway at the time. The one that was over by my parents' house.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Remember when it was a Thriftway?
Oh,
Still is.
It's not.
No,
it's
it's
high
not
school pharmacy.
That's right.
So they had a thing where they
canoes there.
Yeah, I know, it's fucking weird.
Weird as shit.
But they had a thing with all the Winterhawks came up there, and we're doing autographs or meet and greet type shit.
That's kind of cool.
So I went in and I got Adam Deadmarsh's autograph. I got his rookie card autographed, and I'm pissed because my ferret knocked over Kool-Aid onto it and fucking ruined it.
That won't happen.
But like literally the year after I got that, Adam Deadmarsh won the cup with the fucking Colorado Avalanche.
I like that.
So it was fucking great. I was like, oh, this is awesome. I got his auto. I figured he'd have a long career. Then he got like 3 concussions and fucking lasted like another 3 years. And that was
that'll do it to you.
Yeah, concussion. And this is before all the concussion protocol.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
So yeah, no, it was fucking wild, but
The good old days.
Yeah.
You didn't have a katana for him to sign or anything
I
like
should have
that?
done that. I got Randy Jackson's autograph. Why'd you get it on a katana? Well,
It's the only thing I had at the time.
Yeah.
and you're not going to not get his autograph.
I would have done the same exact thing.
Dude, that's a great
I love that fucking
movie.
movie.
Weren't they planning on doing a second one?
I have no idea.
I think
Honestly,
they were.
You know what?
How do you
I don't
catch lightning
think,
in a
I don't
bottle
think,
twice?
Yeah, it wouldn't be.
And
as
I didn't
good,
realize,
man.
I think it was recently Snoop Dogg did a fucking thing with them. He did Boats and Hose with them.
Oh, that's fucking
really?
cool.
Yeah.
I can believe that.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg did Boats and Hose with John. What is it?
John
C.
C.
Riley
Riley. Yeah.
and Will Ferrell.
That
So
sounds
yeah,
badass.
Boats and
Believe it,
Hose is
yeah.
fucking great.
That was a good one, though.
Oh, dude, the white dog shit.
Well, I'd never seen.
You
I
won't go
never s-
down because my dick can float.
I never saw that John C. Riley is a funny guy until that.
Oh yeah.
Same here. I always thought of
Well,
him more
'cause
of a.
he was always doing the serious
he was
movies
doing
and
more
stuff.
serious roles.
Yeah.
I think.
Gangs of New York, he was in.
Oh
that
yeah,
one.
dude, he was in some great
I
movies.
still think my favorite one of his is fuck.
He did one with Jennifer Aniston as her husband.
Damn it! I can't
She
remember
had
the
to
name of
jack
this.
him off. I'm not even kidding.
What
She
the
actually had to
fuck?
go help him masturbate in one scene because he was trying to get a semen count.
Dude,
So Jennifer Aniston's in there giving him a handy.
and you're like, man. I
What was
wish
Jake
that other movie?
Gyllenhaal's in there too.
So Maggie Gyllenhaal's in the one that I'm talking about. He's
7 Degrees of John C. Riley.
well,
Yeah,
John
yeah.
C. Riley plays a fucking not a grifter, but a con artist, and it's a fucking great movie. It reminds me of kind of Matchstick Men.
Good movie.
I love Matchstick Men.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
But it's in that genre, like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
very narrow genre
Uh-huh.
of like fucking scam artists.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's in that, and they're very similar too, in like plot and all the way how everything happens. It's
I don't know why
fucking great.
it seems familiar. I don't think I ever saw it, but I feel like I've heard of that movie before.
I'll have to find the name.
Well, he was also in that musical as well. It was based.
Chicago?
No, it was based off of a
it's
theater.
The old French.
Yeah.
It's
Les Mis.
Les Mis.
That's it.
He was in
Les
Les Mis.
Miserables. Yeah.
Well, he was in Chicago.
Yeah. Was he?
He was in Chicago as well.
Yeah. And that was in
Oh yeah,
2002.
Boogie Nights. He was in
Nights.
Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights is great.
Yeah. Boogie
You know
Nights
what?
is a great
I
He
have-
movie.
did so good at that, man, to play a fucking pompous, like,
I know.
talentless dude. I fucking love that role. That was really good. He's like, when he's making the mixed drinks the first time you see him, he's trying to act cool. He's pouring the tequila. It's like, here's a little bit there, and he starts pouring some in his mouth. He's like, yeah, you know he's not supposed to.
Yeah.
He's taking
Well, like
it.
I still every time I think of that scene when Mark Wahlberg's singing in the studio, and then John C. Reilly's in the sound room with the sound guy, and he's like jogging and like he's got like a headband on and shit.
Oh, dude, I didn't realize.
Coked out of their
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
minds. Yeah,
I didn't realize
really
Step
good.
Brothers was 2008. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude, we're
Yeah.
getting old.
Yeah.
Like,
Say- and then-
happened a while ago.
And fucking Walk Hard was in 2007. Walk Hard was great.
you should see what the
yeah,
guy
yeah,
from
the-
WWF looks like. That old the guy that ran it, WWF.
Oh yeah, he's WWE.
WWE.
Remember,
McMahon?
they got sued.
Yeah, well, he looks like shit.
Yeah. Well, he's fucking almost 80.
Yeah, Vince McMahon's
Vince
an old guy.
McMahon.
Yeah, he's almost 80. Seriously.
The Undertaker looks like his
All
caretaker
of them are.
now.
Yeah, all of them are
Yeah,
getting
I mean,
older,
dude,
man.
Well, okay, so did you guys watch wrestling when you were kids?
No, I wasn't
did.
into it.
I did too.
I watched
when
it
I was a
in
kid.
I watched it a
I
little
knew
bit in the
them.
80s,
I
but
knew Rowdy
well,
Piper and all
yeah,
those.
I
guys.
watched it mostly though in the I was more into it in the 90s and
Mine was
early 2000s.
mine was late 80s.
2 or 3.
Yeah, I'm more familiar with late 80s.
Mine
early
was late 80s, probably a little bit maybe in the early 90s.
Yeah.
I think the reason that I stopped was because my grandparents used to take my cousins all the time. They'd never extend that to me. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck, I don't even care about wrestling. That's how I got
And
into
they don't
wrestling.
care about you.
Well, that's how I got into the whole wrestling thing was through them, like watching it and shit. And I was like, oh, that'd be cool if you guys took me. That, you know, you take them all the time.
No, you're not really their grandson.
Yeah, well, that was technically I wasn't my grandfather over there. I wasn't his grandson.
Yeah, so
technically.
why would he give
You're
you?
not
why would he
my
give you a
But
fucking
that's also
son!
but that's my actual grandmother over there. So it's like, what the fuck? You know, you can't go kick and say
You're not
but
my real
that's the thing.
grandson.
It's one of the reasons why I.
That's what I'm saying.
It's one of the reasons why me and my sister both we never really visited them and shit like that.
Because they were.
Well, because when I
They
was a
didn't
kid,
take it to wrestling.
when I was a kid, I got into karate. I did, you know, really well, did the regionals, nationals, all that shit. My cousin gets into karate. They go to every fucking practice of his. Not just every fucking tournament, every practice.
Well, they're very proud of him.
And I'm like, yeah, I know. But the funny thing is I had way more accomplishments in a year and a half than he
You
ever
didn't
did.
have their affections and
That's
attention.
that's
so
the accomplishment I was going for, and I
you didn't get
never
that,
got
did
it.
you?
But what I'm saying is they treated my sister the same way. Like my sister did a lot of horse stuff, and they never went to any of that shit.
Horse.
Yeah, no, horror stuff.
Okay.
My sister did a lot of horror things.
I think I know why your
there's-
grandparents didn't visit your
maybe
sister.
there's more to this story than we know. Maybe
But-
there's something that, like some old like
There's a
drama
grudge there,
between your
yeah.
mom and
Well,
them
I'm
or
sure there
something.
is. My mom was never raised by her actual parents. She was raised by her grandparents.
Well, there you go.
Well, my grandmother was like 17 when she had my mom. And back in the 50s,
Oh yeah,
that was a no-no. Especially from a Catholic family.
Yeah,
That could have something to do with
oh,
it.
yeah, you guys were sinners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you-
I wasn't. I wasn't alive, Tim.
Doesn't
That was,
matter.
Your side of
you're
the
from-
family is
you
the
are
black
from the
sheep of
loins
the
of a
family.
sinner.
I think it
Yeah.
was 1957
Doesn't
or
matter.
something, 56? I don't know.
You're
Yeah.
affiliated.
But yeah,
You're
I
the
mean-
black sheep of the family.
So actually, she might have even been 16. My grandfather, I think,
Yep.
was 17.
Well,
But,
there you go.
know, it's like, yeah, that was the 50s. And, you know,
People fucked.
he
Even back then, they fucked.
He'd always have that cigarette pack rolled up in
that's
his
cool
sleeve.
as shit,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Dude, my grandfather had one of the coolest cars. He described it to me. It's one of the fucking coolest cars. He had literally, you know how people will say that there's a cigarette pack rule, like it can't be lower than this or whatever. Like he said his was literally like that low. That's how low his fucking car was, to the ground.
Oh, wow.
And he drag raced it everywhere. That's how it got destroyed. Because he drag raced it once and fucking ended up spinning out, rolling into a ditch. and like rolling it numerous times. Almost died in it. But it was a 1932 Ford Coupe.
Holy shit.
Just like completely decked out. He had the top chopped down to where he probably had this much window in it. like this, Tim. I mean, that's about the window that he had.
The windshield?
Yeah,
Holy
he had fucking.
shit.
I mean, it just had it set up.
Every time he drove on the freeway, he fucking got, bugs and shit smacking him in the face and his mouth.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy.
Those were a popular ride back then.
Yeah, 1930. Yeah, that was.
They're pretty slick.
It is pretty slick.
Fucking gorgeous cars.
Yeah.
But his was super low, set up for fucking drag racing. My grandfather was like I guess quintessential 1950s slicker guy.
Oh, okay.
Like he always had leather jacket.
He was a greaser?
Greaser.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
That's exactly who he was.
It sold for $485 back in the day.
How much?
$485.
Yeah. Now you're looking at like for that one right there, probably 80 to 90,000.
For sure.
Oh, 119.
Oh, 119. Wow.
119K for that bad boy. God damn.
So even with inflation, it's still worth more now than it would have been.
Yeah,
you know what
isn't
I
that
mean?
wild?
That's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. And the John C. Reilly movie is Criminal.
Criminal. I have heard of that before.
It's a fucking great movie.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it though.
I think it's actually before Matchstick Men because it was 2004.
Yeah, Matchstick.
Maybe they ripped him off.
They
wanted to use a better actor for the same plot.
2003, I guess.
2003. Okay.
So here's another one where how we were talking about last week, where there will be movies that are basically the same plots coming out at the same time. Here's Matchstick Men and Criminal.
Yeah, they had the same idea.
Same thing.
Some dude coked up told two different people.
No, this is my guess. What it is somebody shopping around their fucking thing, and somebody's like,
nah.
They're like, nah, we're not going to take it. Finally, someone takes it. This person now thinks that this is his idea because he's heard 85 movies.
Actually, so that has happened before. I can give you 2 examples.
That's what I'm saying. I think it happens all the time.
So remember the shows Babylon 5 and Star Trek Deep Space Nine?
I was going to say Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, so basically the guy that made Babylon 5 was shopping Babylon 5 around, and then one of the guys that he had shopped it around to was the guy that made Deep Space Nine, and he basically took a bunch of those ideas that he got from Babylon.
I think that happens all the time because you give a synopsis of like what the plot's going to be. Like these are the main characters. This is what they're like.
Yep.
And then somebody shops around this thing. And the thing is, I think sometimes
it's not copyrighted too, so they can basically do it.
Well, it might be copyrighted, but at the same time though, like
that's why you just name it something different.
You can't copyright. Yeah, I was going to say you can't copyright every idea.
That's what I'm saying. There's no way to say.
So
because
that was my idea.
Well, if you were to watch Babylon 5 and Star Trek Deep Space Nine next to each other, you can see the similarities.
But what I'll say though is, I don't necessarily think that they're stealing from it. What I think that a lot of times happens is they've heard so many pitches that they don't remember
think it's their idea.
Yes, they think that these little pieces they've taken out from these things are all their own idea.
Just like our comedy.
Yeah, none of this is real. None of this is real, guys.
None of this is real.
Exactly where we get our comedic prowess is from other comedians. We just throw it back out at you.
No, we actually just what we do is we take the scripts of the Honeymooners and we run those every week.
I'm 10% Dave Chappelle.
To the moon with you, Kevin. To the moon.
That's how it works, man. We say it's our idea, but some other person thought of it and told us,
I mean, how many ideas can you really come up with that are not already thought
There's
of?
nothing new
Simpsons
under the
did it.
sun.
Well, dude,
Simpsons
look,
did it.
You know how they have transition glasses?
Yeah.
I remember thinking of that shit back in fucking like 96. Telling my friends about it. Like,
color shirts.
No, not that. But I mean, the glasses that would change based on. I was like, that would be
invented
fucking awesome.
Post-its.
But the thing is, I have no fucking clue how to make any of that. So I'm not the guy that's gonna do it.
Yeah.
And even if I toss the idea out, I mean, I guess I could have copyrighted an idea, but how much of that could I have copied? All they have to do is change anything, and it's like they win. But yeah, I remember
good for
thinking,
you, Shane. You had a good idea.
No, but I remember telling my friends about that shit, and they're like, "Yeah, I guess." And I'm like, "Oh well, that sounds stupid."
Well, I mean, how do you make glass change color?
That's the thing. I don't know any of that. I'm not a scientist. I just would have been like, make it do stuff.
Well, then why the fuck would you think that up? What led to that idea?
Just that I thought it would be cool on like windows for the house. I think that would have been cool. So instead of having blinds, that during the day it would just fucking shade out so people can't see in. You can still see out.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm curious is how would you think of that?
The same way you think of anything.
Well, that's not thing to think about.
Not really.
Yes, it is. To think that, I want this to automatically go.
Well,
dark
okay, so
or
Tim,
go
you're saying
tinted.
that's an odd thing to think about.
Yeah.
But like, do you think that like Nikola Tesla, when he was thinking about things, those are odd things to think about?
Yes, they were.
All right, well, fine.
Well, actually,
if everyone's
Hey,
odd, then that's great.
But the thing is, though, a lot of those things, what you're thinking of, like with Nikola Tesla and stuff,
And his stuff got stolen
Right.
too. God damn it!
But still, people thought he was a nutcase back
That's what
then.
I mean.
That's now you think I'm a nutcase, and it's out there, Tim.
That's a weird
Those
thing
are
to
out
think
there.
about, dude. As a kid, I'm thinking about where's my next piece of candy, and I want to see a girl's vagina.
Yeah, well, that's yeah.
I just thought it was an interesting thing, and I was like, wow, if I knew anything about how to make stuff.
See, my whole premise is how am I going to get my penis inside that girl? That's all I was thinking about when I was a kid.
Tim, you were like, oh shit, I remember that from that movie. We'll just do a panty raid.
Yeah, it didn't work very well.
And I'm thinking of
I'm going to drill a hole into the girl's
Revenge
shower
of the
room.
Nerds.
And I wasn't allowed back in the animal hospital after that.
Yeah. Like, Tim, you can't fuck the dogs in here.
Not you again.
Oh, man. You
Running
broke
out
in
with
again.
pulling my
Doctor,
pants up.
he's in the office again. I think he's stuck in a chihuahua.
You never catch me, copper.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's not good, dude.
Yeah.
You should probably lay off on that.
Those were my ideas
Get the taser.
Yeah, your ideas suck, dude.
at the time. Not at the time.
Yeah, those are some bad ideas.
This is all wobbly. It's all wobbly. We got Turkey Day tomorrow, but Turkey Day a week ago for those that are watching.
Yeah,
and listening.
it's definitely tomorrow.
I wish
Tomorrow
you guys
is
the best of all.
Happy
days.
Thanksgiving and
Yeah.
belated.
It'll be
Thanksgiving.
belated. Yeah.
Happy all that. Yeah, we should have done that last week.
Well,
well.
still,
Well, that's actually one thing we need to start doing is remembering holidays before they happen.
or just have Kevin get on his ass and do it the
Yeah,
day
go,
after.
Kevin. How about this? Go to our last episode and rename it Happy Thanksgiving.
Not hard to do. It's an easy fix.
Yeah, pretty
Just a
easy.
couple keystrokes. and
Happy
you got it done.
Thanksgiving, and then people watching. There's nothing about Thanksgiving in this.
Yeah.
Except Tim being fat.
Looking like a fat turkey.
Kevin getting fatter every
Oh
week.
yeah, I forgot. Kevin's getting fat.
Yes.
It's you two going up. I'm losing. That's good.
Well, yeah, you've got cancer.
That's probably true.
Tumors.
Oh man,
Yeah.
They
you
show
make me
up
think
once in a
about
while.
my mortality, and I don't need that.
Just letting you know, bud.
Oh, well, sadness is now seeping in.
As it always does at this time of night.
Depression.
Because we got it's soon to say goodbye.
Yeah, it is about time to say goodbye.
Time to go
I
slam
like
some
how Tim's trying to
SSRIs.
transition into out of this fucking shit.
Fuck
All
out.
right, Tim,
Fuck out. Hey.
we could do that.
If you get a chance, though, go check out velvet-alley.com for some adult toys, fun times. You can check them out on Instagram. You can see them on Pinterest. They're actually posting videos of some of their happy customers. It's fantastic. Velvet-alley.com.
In Happy Acts.
You can go find those on OnlyFans.
And go to Coffee Brand Coffee. Use the coupon code GPS1 to get 5% off your purchase. They got a lot of new holiday stuff going on. Christmas is coming up. Good time to start buying. Use our code.
So which one is the one that you drink all the time? Which one specifically?
Semen.
Yeah, that's my favorite. The pumpkin spice is pretty good.
Kevin, you
Although
should,
it's only seasonal.
Kevin, you should change our code to liar. All right, that was a fun show. Goodbye, everybody.